Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to ShortSalePowerHour.com. I'm Kevin Kauffman. This guy getting ready to come in front of the screen is Fred Weaver. He's my business partner, and we run Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale
Do you think
team.
they saw that?
No, you definitely snuck under there.
Okay.
We're shaking it up for you guys a little bit today. I know we got the same boring black couch, so we thought we'd be more sophisticated and cross our legs and actually switch couch positions, so that way we could just shake it up a little bit. Ron, are you happy?
Well, I was still picking on Ron.
Did I say Ron's name?
It's been a month since Ron's even posted on the vlog.
We don't know that.
He's still getting shots taken.
He's watching.
In either case, yesterday, Kevin, we talked a little bit around how a lot of BPO disputes are going on out there.
Right.
And we set that all up and we shared all that to explain that it's really important that we price our listings appropriately and that we make frequent price changes. So why don't you just briefly, for our viewers, describe the importance of the initial list price? You guys,
the list price is super, super important. Here's the deal, and we can get into this farther, but if you price a home, let's just use an example of $200,000.
$200,000.
And you get an offer of $200,000 on day one, maybe $195,000, shoot, maybe you even take $205,000. Whatever the case is, you get an offer in the first couple days, maybe even the first week. The bank does their BPO, they do their valuation, they come back to you and they say, you know what, this house is worth $225,000. We need your buyer to raise their offer. Well, you know, what support, you know, what proof do you have that the house isn't worth $225,000 if you were never listed at $225,000? If you got an offer on the first day...
Now, don't get us wrong. No, don't misunderstand here. We believe that you can price houses, and we believe that if you think it's worth $200,000, it likely is worth $200,000.
Right.
But what proof do you have?
You don't have
to show the bank because you didn't try to sell it
which
for $225,000.
Which is why we're always going to start more conservative.
Won't trust you.
A lot of people like to get aggressive right away in their short sale offers, and I'll be honest. I think they're doing themselves a disservice and setting themselves up a few more battles than normal, especially in a climate like this in Arizona and a lot of other states where the market really is anything but steady.
Yeah.
And so starting a little more conservative, maybe even a little high, if you will, and inching your way down. Although it's not traditionally the best way to get an offer on a house, I don't necessarily want an offer on the house in the first couple weeks. Because
interesting, Kevin.
I want to have the data or the proof, if you will, to go back to the bank later on and show them where I have the house listed at.
So you mean if a bank employee, senior manager, vice president, whatever, started telling you, well, no, it's worth $2, blah, 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 you might actually go show them your listing history. Like, hey, dude, here, I listed it at $225, I dropped it to $219, I dropped it to $210, I dropped it to $205, and then I got an offer within 30 or 40 days.
Right.
And, hey, I had X number of showings at the $225 price and the $219 and the whatever I said.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So you're actually backing up your case when the bank thinks the home is worth more than you think it is.
Yeah.
And more than the market has actually bared.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the correct tense of that word there.
I think that's the right way to use
it.
So, I mean, you guys got to understand, I'm not looking to not get offers. That's by all means.
No.
And I'm also not trying to, you know me, I'm not trying to get a ridiculous amount of money for the home. I really do only want what's fair for the home. But I understand how the bank works, how this game is played, and unfortunately it is a game. And unlike the REO world where the real estate agent's opinion matters of the value of the home, our opinion doesn't really matter. So all we can do is show facts and data and build a case.
Yep.
And because, to be totally honest, Jamie Dimon's not calling me, asking me for my opinion of the value of his real estate, and not wanting to work with me as a team.
Because if you did, you would just say low, right?
Yeah. I would...
Sorry, I threw you off there, huh?
You did.
Hey, Kevin Kauffman, what do you think of the value of this real estate? Low.
Low. Not much. So, you guys... What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my case ahead of time. I'm just going to I'm going to provide documentation because I know that I'm going to have some battles. It's part of the game. It's part of short sales. The bank just flat out is not going to agree with me every time on the offer I take. Now, I know that every offer I take is absolutely a benefit over foreclosure. In fact, I've never once been wrong. Every single file that I've ever had, whether it got approved or not, was a benefit. And the homes that I have had that foreclosed, the offer I had for them was a benefit. Fred and I actually took some time one day and went back and looked at a lot of our old homes that had gone to foreclosure. And wouldn't you know, they had all either sold or were listed for less than what the offer we had for the bank at the time. So regardless of the bank's going to listen or not. I can't control them, but what I can do is I can create a lot of backup information. I can build my case, and I can take it to them, because at the end of the day, while they may not like what I have to say, you can't argue the facts. And if I feel like that's going to be part of my my strategy.
Well, Kevin, before you close, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to sit here today and listen to you talk. It's really been a pleasure being on the show today. And I just thank you so much for letting me be your guest tomorrow. Yes, I would, actually.
All right, maybe tomorrow we can interview you.
Thank you so much. And tomorrow, Kevin, I want our viewers to know, maybe you want to tell them, maybe you just...
Wow, I think someone's feelings are hurt.
Maybe you want to tell them, Kevin, that we're actually going to discuss one of the topics that's been coming up a lot recently, and has been discussed a little bit on our coaching calls that we do, around what do I do to advise my client if they should or shouldn't make their mortgage payment.
Okay, so coming up tomorrow on
go ahead.
Coming up tomorrow on Short Sale Power Hour, a question we've been getting a lot during our group coaching calls is, what do I do when my seller asks me, should I or should I not make my mortgage payment? We're going to tell you how Group 4610 handles that. You ready? Come back tomorrow. You're going to love it, y'all. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Short Sale Power Hour! Short Sale Power Hour! Crush it.
Guests forget to clap sometimes.